Hey, what's going on? My name is Brian Forsyth, Radically Unstuck Consultant, and today I'm talking about the four things that will derail your progress, your growth as an entrepreneur. And let's get right to it. So the number one, the very first one, is called shiny object syndrome. That's when you are always looking for the next big thing. You're always looking for the magic bullet. Newsflash, there's no magic bullet. There's not one. Trust me, if you Google it, I can tell you from personal experience, there's no magic bullet. There's lots of courses, there's lots of books. Everybody is going to try and tell you that their thing is going to get you there faster. And the truth is there may be something that helps you, but it's all going to require some work. So when you see those ads that say this thing can, I made $16,000 with this thing. Well, yeah, they probably did, but the chances of it happening without lots of work and effort and marketing skills and skills that they had to work at and develop are very, very low, right? So, shiny object syndrome, beware of it. Next, the fact that with shiny object syndrome comes this resistance to the doing the work, to staying in the process and just consistently doing things every day. That we join this entrepreneurial gig and we're like, we need money, we got these big dreams, whatever it is, and so we just don't want to do the work. We don't want to keep working, moving forward, right? And so we're jumping from one thing to the other all the time. And so we never learn anything. So we learn like this little tiny bit over here and this little tiny bit over here and this little tiny bit over here. And so you don't have this consistent thing that you've built over any time. And you have no real experience because you've just been collecting all this information. Information is not experience. Information is useless without action, right? So, shiny object syndrome and not sticking to the thing, whatever it is. The next is that they pretend that they don't have to sleep, they don't have to eat, that they can just push themselves for 14, 16, 17 hours a day. And they do the grind, right? The grind. They do the grind and they end up ground down into depression, into hypertension, into stress, into migraines. And the truth is you need sleep. You need good food. You need exercise. You need water. Yes, you do want to move forward towards the thing, whatever it is, but you absolutely are not a robot. So take time for yourself. Make sure that you are taking time for yourself. Make sure that you are taking time to relax. Weave different points in the day where you stop for 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, and really consciously feel that you are stopping, right? And then move forward. The last thing is they don't journal. They don't keep track of their time. Most importantly, what are they doing with their time? Like write down, like spend, a week writing down how you were spending your days, tracking your time. Where are you spending your time? Are you spending, 2 hours watching Netflix? Are you, do you get hung up on this thing that you really don't understand, that you don't know how to do? It's not your thing. It's, building funnels. It's doing whatever, right? And so you just get wrapped up into this thing and you're just like, I'm gonna figure this out. I'm gonna figure this out. And so you just spend like 2 hours, 3 hours, the whole day just grinding on this one thing. And then at the end of the day, you're just like, man, So when you set a timer, I use a timer on my desktop, and I, break my time out into 10 minutes. 10 minutes with 3-minute rests. And by doing that, you really notice the passing of time. And after you've spent, 30, 40 minutes, 4 of them little timer dings, it might be time to step back and say, okay, what do I need? Because you can go on Quora and you can spend like $50 and find nearly any answer that you possibly could want. Or you can go on YouTube and search. But the point is if you have spent that much time on that thing, it may be time to reach out and really find somebody that knows what they're doing. Reach out to somebody on Quora who knows their stuff about that thing, and they might charge you $50 to do it or $100 to do it, whatever it is. But you have to think about what your time is worth, right? If you have a target, ask yourself, if I spend a whole day on this, how much dollars is that? How many dollars is that? Let's say that, my time is worth $20 an hour, and I just spent 14 hours on this thing. 14 times 20 is a lot of freaking money for this one thing, right? So watch this tendency to get wrapped up into this thing and to not give up, and step back and decide whether or not that's really the way you want to spend your whole day. So let's recap. Shiny object syndrome. Not settling in, not focusing in, not understanding that it's going to take time, effort, and work to do nearly anything at any level of success. Third is to act like you're, a robot, that you don't need sleep, you don't need food, you don't need exercise, you don't need that sense of calm, sprinkled through the day. And fourth, what we just talked about, which is, having a clear idea of what you're spending your time on. What you're spending your time on. You're literally spending your time. So, I wish you all the best. If I can help, please reach out, like, subscribe to this channel, as it is all about helping you figure out how to live your life as best as you possibly can. Living that carpe diem life, that one that you cannot wait to get up out of bed and to get started on. All right. Namaste.